What's up guys, Jeremy the Machine Scott here. Today I'm going to show you how to properly prepare your boneless, skinless chicken breast. So if you're into health and fitness and you're into eating healthy and trying to get lean, you're going to eat a lot of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. If not, that's okay. You can eat ground turkey and fish, but this is a really common food that's eaten by a lot of people, a lot of my clients. This makes up for 70 to 80% of the sources of lean protein that I incorporate into my diet. But if you're cooking chicken breast, there's a few little details that you need to pay attention to. So we're gonna go over that right now. I'm gonna show you how to fillet the chicken breast and how to trim the chicken breast and how to get the nasty stuff off, okay? So if you see on the chicken breast, there's a little knot right here of fat, okay? That's nasty. In my opinion, some people maybe don't care. I don't like that. So when you're eating your chicken, that's chewy and it just kind of tastes a little bit nasty. This one's okay because I've already trimmed off the little piece of fat, but I'll show you on the next one. And if you notice, the chicken breast is thicker on this side and it gets thinner on this side. So when you're cooking your chicken, this cooks faster and this cooks slower. So if you throw your chicken breast in the oven like this, what's gonna happen is this part's gonna get all burnt and dried out, and this part is gonna be maybe tender or it's not gonna be cooked yet. So you wanna pay attention to that. It's a little bit of a process. It takes a little bit of work, but it's all worth it in the end because you get to make your meal preps and eat your 4 to 6 small meals evenly throughout the day, and you get to enjoy your food and you get to stay in shape and get jacked and get shredded, right? All right, so we're gonna push down on the chicken breast to fillet it. So we wanna put a little bit of pressure on it. Start right here at the larger part, okay? And we're gonna slide the knife back and forth while pushing down on the chicken breast, and keep sliding the knife back and forth, and the knife will actually just guide its way through. So now we have a nice and even boneless, skinless chicken breast. Okay, this piece should look just about like that. The first few times might be sloppy, don't worry, you'll get used to it, you'll get the hang of it. So we're gonna throw it in our bowl. Inside of our bowl is gonna be some water with a little bit of salt. So we've got our next chicken breast. So you see this knot right here, once again. Okay, I actually save this stuff and I give this part of the chicken to my dogs. See this fat right here? Okay, we want to get rid of that. We want to cut that off. So once again, we're going to cut this knot off. If your knife is sharp, you shouldn't have to push down too hard. If you're having to push down too hard with the knife, that means you need to either get it sharpened or go get a new knife. Okay, so I didn't know that many years ago for the longest time, and I thought cutting the food was so much work, but it's actually not a lot of work. So I'm going to set this to the side. I don't need that piece. And then we've got this stuff right here, which I don't like. It's just a little bit of tendon and connective tissue. So we're gonna push down on the chicken and slide that knife back and forth and get rid of that. So once again, we have our chicken breast. It is a little bit uneven. See this knot right here? That connective tissue, the dark spot, I don't really like that. So I'm gonna cut that out. Just gonna cut at an angle and then create another little angle. So some people aren't as picky, and that's fine. But I don't like this stuff in my chicken. So once again, I'm gonna throw that breast down, push down on it. We're gonna put pressure, and we're gonna slide that knife back and forth. You shouldn't have to push too hard. You shouldn't have to make too much force. We got a nice and even chicken breast now. If you're having to put too much force, like I said, it's time to get that knife sharpened. See this one's got all kind of nasty stuff on there. That's disgusting, okay? You don't want to eat that. Get rid of that. So we got this tendon running through here, this wherever it was connected to the bone. We're gonna get rid of that. And then what else? That's optional. We've got a little bit of fat right there. We can get rid of that as well. Once again, get rid of that little blood. Don't even know what that is. Push down on that chicken Slide that knife back and forth. And the knife should just work its way through. Nice and easy. Next one. Once again, we're looking for this and this and this as well. Maybe even that, because there's a lot here on the end as well. So we want to get rid of all that. So we have a nice and clean chicken breast. Okay, it's ready to devour. You get it weighed out, put it in your meal prep containers, and you've got your food ready for you for the week. Once again, we're gonna push down on the chicken breast, put a little bit of pressure, slide that knife back and forth, throw it in the pan. We've got this one here. If they're small, sometimes when they come really small, see that stuff? That's nasty. Okay, there's like veins, blood. Who wants to eat that? Okay, nobody. And I have seen people who just don't care and you don't mind eating it. So I'm gonna cut at an angle. I'm gonna cut through here. Okay, I want to get rid of that stuff in this side of there. So I'm gonna cut a little bit of angle, cut at an angle, cut that stuff out. But I have seen people who don't care. They don't mind it. It doesn't bother them. Now, we got the uneven shape of the chicken breast. It's thicker up top and it's smaller at the bottom. So we're gonna, once again, put pressure on the chicken breast, make sure it's spread out. And we're gonna slice back and forth. My knife is pretty sharp. It's not as sharp as it should be because I haven't sharpened it in a while. So once again, cut that off. We got this fat right here. We're gonna get rid of that fat all around the edge. We got this tendon and connective tissue running along the edge here. We're gonna get rid of that. Push down on that and slide it through. Throw it in the prep bowl. See this one's huge. So we're definitely gonna cut this one. This one's actually looks kind of trimmed up. It's pretty trimmed up. There's just a little bit of fat here on the corner. I'll cut a little bit of extra off that one for my dogs. Push down on it. Okay, small here, it's larger here. Push down on the larger part. Apply pressure and gently slide the knife back and forth. Very little pressure. And we got a perfect chicken breast. And that knife is just gonna work its way through. So here I have all my chicken, all the boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's right here in the bowl. Like I said, I'm gonna brine it. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic, some salt water, maybe some onions in there to give it some flavor. I'm gonna let it sit in there for about maybe anywhere from 10 minutes to, if I have enough time, I'll let it sit in there for about 20 minutes. If you have a lot of time and if you plan and prepare ahead of time, you can let it sit in there for overnight. If you let it sit in there for overnight, the chicken is gonna be that much better the next day. So it's kind of like a marinade, it's just brining it, a little bit of salt. And then after that, like I said, salt and water, onions, garlic, whatever you want, some fresh lemons. Next day, when you take it out of the brine, pour the brine out and then put your seasoning on it. When you put the seasoning on, don't just dump it over the top. Take the seasoning, put it on the chicken breast and rub it into the chicken breast. If you rub the seasoning into the chicken breast, it's that much better. It makes a huge difference. Okay, so this is how you fillet a chicken breast. This is how you make sure that your chicken cooks evenly. Okay, so I hope this helps when you're making your meals this coming week. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button down below. Jeremy the Machine Scott.